Well, good morning. So, yesterday, or today here in Portugal, because it was after midnight, so the Vikings won. Probably a very tight game. Well, not probably, it was not that tight of a game until the Vikings got into it and they got the win in the end, which is what matters most for fans and coaches and players. So today I'm, I say, like in the mouth of the Tagus River. I'll show you. So, very nice place here. You can have like a fort and some nice place to have some drinks there. Yeah, and so this is a nice place to have a morning walk. So the sun is probably got up a little bit. And so Tuesday means also checking on the fantasy, and well, so have 4 teams this year, 1 normal, 3 fantasy, and got 4 losses. So on 2 of them I played against Josh Allen, so it was a bit expected. Still not probably the start of the year that I wanted, as most people normally want wins. So going through it, so I have I think my longest dynasty team. I have it, I think it's on the 3rd year, if I'm not mistaken. So what happens is it's a league that has 2 quarterback slots, so you can only put quarterbacks there. And currently I have 0 starting quarterbacks. As happens in most leagues, sometimes we arrange a time to draft, and I'm all happy, and I can do it. And then last minute, because of one guy, it's like, oh, I have a wedding or something like that. What does happen? They change the date. So, and I get screwed, and I get to auto draft, which sucks. That's why normally I don't get very good results. So in this league, I think even the commissioner stopped and gave me, I think, Cousins, because at the time I didn't have any quarterback, because people stock up on quarterback and auto draft is not that good on responding to people doing stuff like that. So I think he gave me Cousins, and I think I also got Richardson, which I don't need to tell you how good those 2 picks are. I actually have a good team. I was able to pick some young players, so like Puka Nakua. The issue is that last year I even got to the semi-finals playing backups. So this year I again will play backup roulette. So I have like 6 or 7 backups. Well, and I already have Cousins and Richardson. So, well, we'll see. So I'm trying to make some trades, and unfortunately people know that I'm desperate, so they are asking the world for middling quarterbacks, which I'll have to decide if I want to dismantle the team, get some quarterbacks and then retool the skill positions, or if I try and see if I'm lucky with the backups and try to see if I can either trade or draft for next year at least, or with more favorable conditions. So you can see these ladders behind me, so I'll show them. So this is the Passeio Maritime de Algés. As you can see there, the sun is already up. So Passeio Maritime de Algés went like the maritime walk. I don't know. Probably need some coffee. So going back to the situation in fantasy, so that's not what you would call ideal. So in the other leagues I'm I don't think I'm that bad. I have at least a full team, which is better than all. Just faced Josh Allen. One of the teams, even if I just picked up and put the best lineup, I did not have any chance to win. And in another, you have the typical, oh, if I had just put this guy, I would have won the game, but it happens. I wasn't expecting Keenan Allen to go off, so well, it happens. And apart from fantasy, I'm in a group of Pick'em, so which I got 10 out of 16, so a little bit over 50%. The best I think were 13 out of 16, which is really good. There's 2 people there who made the 13, so actually they had the exact same team selected, so I don't know if I should call the commissioner just to check it. Yeah, it was funny. I think there was like 3 or 4 games which everyone got right and everyone bet, like I think Broncos, Steelers, Cardinals, and I think there was one another. Yeah, so yeah, it's really early, but no, not that early. So it's already past 7. Normally get up around 6, sometimes at 5, sometimes at 7, depends. Yeah, this is a nice place to have a morning walk, talk a little bit about, well, in this case, NFL and fantasy. So we'll see. I think there's a couple of interesting games going to be next week. So let's see. I better check as well. This is clearly not script, so I don't do preparation for this. I just check. Okay, let me just check the NFL. So okay, so let's see what games we'll have next week. Okay, so we start with Packers Commanders, which with 2 young quarterbacks involved that have weapons should be an interesting game. I don't know how the Commanders line is this year. I thought they got some reinforcements, but we'll see now with Parsons there. So Cowboys Giants. So this could be also a very interesting game. Cowboys, let's show some competency against the Eagles. Giants, well, they didn't play that well, so have to see. I don't know if the Cowboys, when they're at home, if they crush the Giants, would that mean that Dable gets fired, gets in the hot seat more than he is? We'll have to see. Steelers Seahawks. So I think the Seahawks got the start they wanted. And they played at home. So normally Seahawks are very strong at home, but they lost at home to the 49ers, and now they go face the Steelers in Pittsburgh. So let's see. Could also be not a very easy start for the Seahawks. Steelers at least now can score touchdowns. They have a good defense, so we have to see. But the Jets did some damage, probably something that most people were not expecting, but still it's week 1. We'll have to wait and see. Titans against the Rams. Okay, so I think the Broncos did not score as much against the Titans as most of us were expecting. but Rams have a good team, so I think it will be a good test. Titans at home, so the Rams are a good team, but they will have to travel. So I think probably should say who I think should win. Let's just check here. Okay, so Packers Commanders, I'll probably go with the Packers. Cowboys Giants, well, Cowboys. Steelers Seahawks, Steelers Titans Rams. I think I'll go with the Rams. I don't think the Titans have showed enough to at least make me think that they'll be the favorites to win. Jets Bills, well, Bills of course. Dolphins Patriots. Well, this will be interesting. So Dolphins are at home, September, so it means that it'll probably be very hot. Oh, have to see, but I don't know. Patriots showed some stuff, not like that, not like a very strong team, but at least I think they're going in the right direction. Dolphins, well, yeah, so I think I'll go with the Patriots, and let's see, another coach that will probably is already in a hot seat. I don't know if they'll just wait and clear him out in the end of the year, or if he reaches the end of the year, if he keeps, or if Miami keeps playing like this. I saw that there were like, I think they did like 2 scrimmages, and the players from the other teams were like, what are these guys doing? So it's not just 1, it was like 2, and that seems well, really weird. I don't think I've ever like read or heard anything about it, like teams doing scrimmage one against the other, and the other team say, hey, I don't know what these guys are trying to do. I think also like the coach is a young coach. I think he probably did not rein in the locker room in Miami, so I think he has an interview like he tried like fines and stuff like that. So I guess he came in as a very like nice guy. Things got out of hand. He tried to put a hand on it, couldn't do it, and now it's like a runaway train or something like that. So yeah, things are not looking good for Miami, and probably this will be the last year of McDaniels. McDaniels are, well, yeah, and then it's like the tour. So at the time, Herbert was not the sure thing that he is now. Like he had some issues in college. Well, not like playing, but he cleaned it up like when he came to the NFL. Well, I don't know if you're hearing this, but the train is passing by. But he quickly, well, turned it on in the NFL. I guess, like looking back, I think the Dolphins would really prefer Herbert. I think at the time, or there was like some noise after that, the coach, so I think it was Flores at the time, who was the coach of Miami, wanted Herbert, but I think they picked Tua. I don't know if that's true or if that's like Flores getting stuff out to make himself look better. Not that Tua is a bad quarterback. He has some very good, I think, skills. I think the issue is, well, before it was like his durability. I think he's hopefully has fixed that, because he has some nasty and scary looking concussions. I think like losing the ball, and or maybe they have figured them out. I think he's like probably like elite on timing routes, like to the first read. But I think there's been other quarterbacks like that. Like they're very good, like getting everything ready to get the ball out like in seconds to a specific guy. But if that guy is covered, gets a bit lost there. So it's already been some years. If he hasn't figured it out, like how to, maybe if the first is is marked or covered, have a quick second, or I don't know, dump off, something like that, I think will probably not be a starter for longer. We'll have to see. And now coming back here, so Bengals Jaguars. Okay, this is a weird one, because so the Bengals almost lost to the Browns, which probably not a good quality indicator. So I think there was a series that Burrow was sacked 3 times. So imagine, it's a drive and your quarterback gets sacked 3 times. I don't think that's a good indicator of quality in that offensive line. So it's persistence error, and Burrow has already got some injuries. I hope we don't get an Andrew Luck situation again. He's a very talented quarterback, and mismanagement by the front office getting him a line. So who would I choose to win? Well, that's a good, difficult choice. Normally I would go with the better quarterback, which are the Bengals, but well, their defense, I'll go with the Bengals. They're at home. At home, better quarterback. So Saints at home against the 49ers. Well, 49ers got Kittle injured, and I think I've seen something that Purdy may miss the game. I know don't know their backup, but they always seem to get someone who can at least like do something in the system. They'll run a bit more. I think probably even with those injuries, I think the 49ers will win. So Ravens Browns. I think Ravens. They're at home. They lost a heartbreaker against the Bills. I think they win against the Browns. Lions Bears. So Lions Bears. Okay, so 2 teams. Probably they were expecting to be 1-0. They are 0-1. Lions are at home. I think they have the best team. So I think Lions win against the Bears. Even so, like, Johnson probably knows a lot about how they do stuff, but they did change defensive coordinator. So okay, I think I'll go with the Lions. So let's see now. Colts against the Broncos. So let's say Colts against Broncos. So Colts, they always had like a nice team. I think they were missing a quarterback, and I don't know if last season was cornerback they also needed. I don't know how well they got reinforced. Yeah, I think previous years I would probably know. This year's the outlier is when I get the camera and start recording. So Colts are at home. Broncos will have to travel. Broncos will probably be pissed that they didn't win that strongly against the Titans. Colts are probably high on probably getting some decent quarterback play, but Broncos have a good defense, so we'll see if it's Daniel Jones coming back to work or not. I'll go Broncos, because I haven't seen, I think, enough from Daniel Jones through all these years to make me think that he's suddenly a good quarterback. It could happen. Like, he was highly touted, has some talent. Maybe it was a situation, I don't know. We'll just have to see. So Broncos to win there. So Cardinals Panthers. So I think Cardinals won against Saints, but they were probably not as the way as they wanted. Panthers did not play well. So Cardinals are at home. Yeah, so I'll go with Cardinals. So Chiefs Eagles. Now this is an interesting game. So Chiefs still have one of the elite quarterbacks in the game, and but they are missing wide receivers. Left tackle sucks. Chief probably want to make at least play better than they did in the Super Bowl, but well, the Eagles were close against the Cowboys. Jalen Carter got a game's rest, so he'll be probably ready to make certain that he apologized to teammates on the field. So yeah. So Mahomes, I think, got like 2 losses in a row. I think it was Josh Allen who gave it. Could it be that Jalen Hurts gives him 2 in a row? Well, I think I'll go with the Eagles. We'll see if I'm right or wrong. So then Vikings and Falcons. Vikings and Falcons. So Vikings are at home. They didn't start that well against Chicago, but in the end they came through. Falcons have a strong team. So London is dealing with a shoulder injury. And Mooney, I don't know why Mooney was out, but without Mooney and London, and the Vikings have a good defense. Well, the Falcons have a good offensive line, but if they don't get the receivers, I'll probably go with the Vikings. So Texans and Buccaneers. Okay, so Texans and Buccaneers. So Texans are at home. The Buccaneers, well, they're on it. They can probably win against anyone. So I have to see. So Texans or Buccaneers. So the Texans lost. Buccaneers won, but it was very close. It's like one of those games that I don't really know. So Texans or Buccaneers. Texans or Buccaneers. I think in these types of games, I think Texans will probably win. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Bucs do. And then Raiders against the Chargers. So Raiders are at home. They seem at least now to have a competent coach and quarterback. But the Chargers, they beat the Chiefs. They were looking really good. I'll go with the Chargers, and I think that's it for the my week. I will say. My week predictions. Let's see how right I am. There still could be injuries and recoveries, and I actually even reached not the end, but at least of the trail that there's here. So there's a train station and there's beaches, so I have to go inside. So I'll just start going out or back out. Yeah, I think that's it. Don't remember anything else to speak about right now, and I have to see tomorrow. I'll probably try and maybe read a little bit about some stuff and share it here. So, because, for example, like the gridiron, because it's the field where they play, and I always found it funny. What a funny name, like gridiron, and it's actually like basically a iron grid, so something like this, but probably with squares that they used to, I think they still use. I still use it to grill, like to make food on. So because I think before they had the divisions of the field, but then I think they simplified. I'll probably read about it and talk about something like that tomorrow, because I think it's nice, like getting out, talking a little bit about the NFL, which is something I probably can't do like in my day-to-day. Yeah, and that's it. So take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.